Hey everyone, Nicholas, and I wanted to give you guys some good news on some different options in terms of how to help you guys with your unemployment claims. So last week there was some news that came out that EDD is now going to be having two full-time staffers work at each legislator's office. Okay? And they're solely going to be working on unemployment claims. So what this means, guys, right, is that if you contact your legislator and the legislator in your area, they actually will have EDD reps now working for quite some time. I mean, this is probably, from what I can tell, I think it's going out at least for 6 months. Your claim questions will be given to an EDD employee at that office instead of you having to wait in the dark hole for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. So this is really good news, right? Like, contact your assemblyman. So look, I'm going to put a description in the so look, down in the description box below, I'm going to put a link on how to find your state assembly member, okay? It actually looks it up. It's a pretty sweet little tool, okay? So make sure you do this and make sure you contact your assembly member, okay? Now look, I'm also going to read the news article because, that's always fun. And if you guys have any questions on that, let me know. Let's go take a look at the news article right now. The EDD Development Department is hoping to lessen benefits backlog by having two staffers working full-time in each California legislative office focusing solely on EDD claims. With funding coming from the existing assembly operating funds, these extra staffers are hired to help to take some of the caseload from the legislative staff, who have taken on an important role in addressing constituent issues with unemployment benefits. The extra help was added for some offices as early as June. Assembly member Jim Patterson from Fresno told ABC 10 that his own office has been handling an enormous influx of claimants frustrated with EDD's phone system. Every single member of my staff, both in Sacramento and in Fresno, have EDD cases they're working on, and they're in the hundreds, and my staff is just about burnt out. However, when asked whether the two EDD staffers will make a significant impact, Assembly member Patterson responded, "No, not really." He states, "I appreciate the fact that we're getting some extra help, but this is a demonstration of really how bad the EDD is operating, that they now have to use our offices and our staff to do EDD casework and get people their benefits," Patterson said. Staffing issues are just one part of a larger problem with EDD's rollout of unemployment benefits, Patterson pointed out. EDD has been plagued with rampant fraud, technology issues that have locked out many receiving their benefits, and a backlog on paying benefits that the department now says may not be cleared until the end of the summer. I still think that there will be a huge backlog and the EDD will still be failing so many because the fundamental problem hasn't been solved, which is the COBOL technology, a call center that absolutely fails, and a contract with Bank of America that is causing more problems, I think, than the contract is worth. EDD recently renewed its contract with Bank of America to continue setting up debit cards for people to collect unemployed benefits. However, Bank of America says it wants out of the contract altogether. When Patterson criticized the COBOL technology that EDD continues to use, he is not alone. COBOL was once the world's default programming language in the post-World War II era. He states, "We are home of the Silicon Valley geniuses that solve problems like these all the time in the public sector. And yet California has bureaucracies that were built in the 60s and 70s. They've never been modernized." The assemblyman said that the EDD issues have hindered his own office from helping other constituents or dealing with other pressing problems in his area. He said that adding more staff to specifically focus on unemployment claims or having the department focused on customer service, which has been identified in the past as a problem, is ignoring larger issues within the department like outdated technology. The fact we are hiring individuals to do the work of managing the files and the complaints and the concerns of people that should be getting answers from EDD demonstrates that the problem is way beyond their ability to solve, and the technology is failing so dramatically that we're stepping in and doing our best. Okay, guys, Assembly member Patterson, not very happy guy. He's been a pretty outspoken critic of some of the situations that EDD is going through, and I think at the same time he's trying to help them, right? So guys, look, this is still good news, right? EDD is now going to be working with two full-time EDD staff members in each legislator's office. So I highly recommend that if you are trying to get your case fixed, depending on what's going on, whether it's appeals you haven't heard from, you're waiting for an interview, you're having ID me issues, you're at a pending status, the list goes on and on and on, I do suggest that you contact your assembly member. And I really suggest you contact your district assembly member. And again, I'm putting that tool in the description box below. So on top of going ahead and contacting your assembly member, I encourage you guys to keep calling. I'm going to put the demos in the back end of the video. As always, there's the free version that works about 50% of the time. But if you get tired of dialing that way, there's always the paid version, and that gets you through when you want it, when you need it, and that's a great option if you value your time, okay? And that service is called Claimer, and I'll put those demos coming up in just a second. So with that said, guys, I appreciate this. Thanks for helping me grow out the channel. Thanks for watching this. Continue to like and subscribe. I'll keep making videos. If you guys have any ideas for videos, please let me know. I'd love to hear about them. Thanks for watching again. We'll see you soon. So here's a little trick to call someone quickly, although it's still very slow. So dial 833-978-2511, and you'll hit 1 for English. And about 1 minute and 20 seconds later, you're going to hit 132 to navigate through the menu very quickly. 99 times out of 100, they're just going to say thank you for calling. We're too busy to take your call now. And then they're going to hang up on you. Just redial again and again and again. Now you'll always be able to call this number over and over again for free, but I'm going to show you how to use a paid version that helps a lot. All right, guys, so we're going to go to claimer.com. First thing you'll do is enter in your phone number, including the zip code. The next thing is go ahead and select California from the scroll down list. Now that you've done that, press the Call Now button. This next screen is very simple. You'll enter your name, your email, and all of your card information. Press the green Pay button to move on. Now you're going to get a success message. This success message will let you know that you should be receiving a call from 800-300-5616. All right, now that you've received this phone number, answer it and stay on hold. This is your callback from EDD. Do not use their hold feature, all right? They will disconnect you. Stay on the line until an EDD rep picks up.